Hey guys, if this is your first time to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Emily and today I am bringing you guys my makeup wish list. Now this one I'm really excited for because I have a lot of things on my makeup wish list, and this will be just kind of interesting to throw out into the internet and then a couple months back look back on and see what I've changed my mind about, what I've actually bought from this list, and my opinions on it and see how things change. If you are interested in taking a peek into my makeup wish list, go ahead and keep on watching and let's get right on into the video. So last time I was completely like hunched over, if you're wondering why my hands look so big, and I was like hunchback in Notre Dame in my video about why I'm not buying any more highlights. I had just gotten off of work and my back was just like hunched over. Let's go ahead and get started with the most expensive item on this makeup wish list, and that is the Natasha Denona Tropical palette. Look at that mint green. Tell me that mint green isn't everything you've ever wanted in a colorful shadow. That looks like butter. It looks so incredibly smooth and pigmented and beautiful and shiny. And limoncello, the light, like shiny, lemony colored highlighty color, I want that, but I want it for a highlight. I considered buying this palette for that shade. And let me tell you, Natasha does peachy matte tones really well. I have one of them in my Sunset palette, and that is my favorite shade from the palette. It is perfection. But this bad boy is $129. Why? Why do you keep doing that, Natasha? I don't have $129 to shell out for this. I want like 4 or 5 shades out of this palette, and honestly they're all beautiful. But there is a lot of neutral tones in this, and that really halts me from wanting to even purchase it or from actually going through with purchasing it. There's a lot of browns. I don't give a shit about browns. There's a lot of neutral tones. I don't care about those. But the peaches, the colorful last row, and then that limoncello sparkly, like lemony highlight color is just to die for. And I hope to God that she comes out with single highlights that are like a color like that. Like there's nothing on the market like that. And if there is, please let me know. Please leave it in the comments because I want to buy it. And I'm considering doing a Mad Science makeup on that type of highlight. It's hard to find like a base shade that's similar to that to even mix with a highlight to get to a tone like that. That's a pretty unique color, and I would be lying if I said that I didn't want it just for that shade. But I am not going to shell out $129. I'm sorry. No. I need to not do that. And when I'm editing this later, I'm going to think about buying it again because, you know, I'm crazy like that. This is a message to myself. Do not do that. Do not buy it. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say maybe take that advice for yourself if you're considering buying it, because you get way less product in this palette than you did in the Lila palette and in the Sunset palette. I don't know the exact measurements. I don't really care too much about that. But when it's a significant difference, girl, do not scam us like that, Natasha. If we're going to shell out $129, you better give us the same amount of product that you gave us in all the other palettes. Everyone always says, oh, you get such big pans in the Natasha palettes and you'll never hit pan on any of her shades. Well, I have hit pan on some of them, and you do get a decent amount, but if she's giving you even less for this one and for the same price, girl, you need to rethink that. But I would be lying if I said that I did not want this palette and that it wasn't basically at the top of my list. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? So if you see me looking down, I have my phone down here. As I've said a million times, I am horrible at remembering things in my noggin. So the next one on my list is the Dior Air Luminizer in 001 Nude, I believe. This one is pretty expensive. I think it's $52 or so, and it's pretty expensive for a highlight, but I'd be lying if I said that I haven't spent upwards of like $40, $45 on a highlight before. So it's not necessarily out of my price range. In my last video, I said I'm not going to be buying any more highlights for a while unless they really stand out. This one is like a light, kind of almost like cool toned nudie color. I don't have a lot of things like that. I usually gravitate towards champagne gold colors, peachy gold colors, things that are warm and shimmery and golden and bright. And this one looks a little bit more cool toned, but it still looks really bright and blinding on the cheekbones. but it's just too damn expensive. I mean, the packaging's gorgeous. Seems like a great formula. It's that Big Gelée formula. Every review I've seen on it says that it's beautiful and amazing, but Liv Loves Her Makeup and Tati from Glam Life Guru pointed out that the Wet n Wild highlight in Precious Petals is $4.99 and it is an exact dupe. So if I do consider ever getting the Dior one, I'm gonna go straight for the Wet n Wild one because I've seen comparisons and they look the same on the cheek. So the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlight is actually the next one on my makeup wish list, and I will probably get that one someday. Not anytime soon because I want to use the stuff I have, but it's $4.99. And that is a lot cheaper than $52 or however much the Dior one is. So I see that one in my foreseeable future. The next item on my makeup wish list is the Kevyn Aucoin Tropical Nights Celestial Bronzing Veil. I'm really glad I have this written down because I would have not been able to remember that whole name. I actually use this product pretty often. I have a little like tiny pan size that's like this big. I got it in a set for like 30 bucks. Holiday 2016 they had a Kevyn Aucoin set and I jumped on that. And I've loved everything that I've tried from Kevyn Aucoin, so I really do want this bronzer. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Sunkissed is very, very close. It's a very close dupe. I own 2 of those. I have one as backup, and they're only like $10, I think, so they're not very expensive. The Kevyn Aucoin one is like $50 or something. That one is just a little bit better than the Physicians Formula, and I do tell a difference on the skin. It's a pretty warm bronzer. It's almost orangey, if I do say so myself. But I am very, very warm toned. I'm very yellow toned. I'm an Armenian girl. I am very warm, and that bronzer suits my skin perfectly. Better than the Physicians Formula one, but I do use that one as a kind of like placeholder until I can buy the Kevyn Aucoin one, which I will get it someday. I have hit pan really hard on the little mini pan that I have. I have like a teeny tiny little sliver of product left, and I shove my brush in there and try and get as much as I can coated onto the brush. It's really, really difficult, and most people would just throw it away at this point, but that is an expensive and really nice bronzer. So I do see myself getting that one in the future, but for right now, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula one just to tide me over. That person who always walks their really fluffy dog is outside yet again. The dog is so cute. Like a really fluffy German Shepherd. Hello, doggy. My next item on the makeup wish list is actually just a category. It's the Wayne Goss brushes. I mean, come on. Everyone wants these. They are expensive as all hell. I think the eye brush set is like $200. I want it really bad. It looks so nice, and all I've ever heard is that they're just absolutely amazing, like top tier brushes. So my birthday is coming up. I'm a Taurus girl, April 27th. So I'm probably gonna ask for some blending brushes for my birthday. I use like Wet n Wild blending brushes. That's hard to say. That's a tongue twister. I use some Morphe ones that I used to buy back in the day. I think I have a Makeup Geek one that's kind of but they're all decent, but I've never come across a brush that just makes blending easier. I have to work pretty hard with my shadows. I'm really heavy-handed, and I need a blending brush that's really gonna get the job done for me without me having to really, really work at it. I spend like 40 minutes on my eyeshadow. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm very heavy-handed, unfortunately. I try to be light-handed, and some days I'm better than others, but for the most part, I am not the best at blending. I just sit there and blend and blend and blend until it looks decent to me. But it takes a long time, and if I feel like these brushes could cut down on my, makeup time in the morning, then that would be incredible. I would love to cut 40 minutes down to like 15 or 20. I don't know if that's reasonable, but that's what I want. So these brushes I'm gonna ask for my birthday because your girl wants them. So the next item I have here is actually a blush from Benefit, and it's the new Gold Rush blush. Now this one has been described as a like sweet golden nectar color with some gold shimmer over the top. Now, I don't really care too much about oversprays. They're kind of like whatever to me. I don't like them, I don't hate them, they're just there. I like to get to the product underneath, but I don't really mind having a shimmery blush color for the first couple applications. Typically I prefer a matte blush, so that kind of makes it a little more fun for me. I get a little shimmery blush for a while, and then I get what I actually want underneath. I'm probably the only person who thinks like that, but whatever. Couldn't have chosen a better way of describing this blush. A golden sweet nectar color. I mean, that sounds like a giant cup of mango juice to me. Like, it sounds amazing. It sounds inviting, and I'm very intrigued. So I'm gonna keep this guy on my radar, and we'll see what happens. But I'm probably gonna get it. I probably am. So the next item on my list is also a blush. Actually, the next couple ones are also a blush. Nonetheless, I want the blush Frantic Pink from Tom Ford. This is a $50 blush. No one needs a $50 blush. I saw Tati do like a dupes video, and there are cheaper alternatives out there to this, but something about Tom Ford just really brings me in. And I know a lot of people can agree with that because there's something about the luxury and like the class of Tom Ford. Like I want to be classy. I want some fancy stuff in my life. I don't necessarily want to pay classy and fancy prices, but like having it in my collection and seeing it and holding it and feeling all bougie, I'm here for that. I can be here for that. But your girl's not going to spend $50 on a blush at this time, or probably anytime soon. So this one's a little bit lower in my list, but it is still on there because I do still have it on my radar. I mean, it's a nice blush, you can't deny. Tom Ford is a nice brand, but sorry Tom, right now I can't afford you. So the next item on my list is actually the X-rated blush by Kylie Cosmetics. This is going to be controversial, and I almost don't want to talk about it, but you know, everyone's talked about it. Come on, if you're a supporter of Kylie Cosmetics, you even know that she works at ColourPop, Spats Labs. It's ColourPop. I mean, come on, it is. But you can be a supporter of her, and I do not care. I would not judge you. I would not like you any less for being a supporter of her. But me, myself, in my opinions, I am not a supporter of her. And nor will I ever be, because I just don't agree with the lying and just a lot of things. Let's not get too controversial here. But, you know, I can have my opinions and you can have your opinions, and it's no big deal. It's literally makeup. But with saying that, I don't want to support her. I'm sorry. I would much rather give my money to brands that I feel, myself, my personal opinion, are putting effort and work and time and, you know, passion into. I just don't get a vibe of passion for anything from anyone in that family. I'm sorry. I know. You guys can come for me in the comments. The Poindexters, as Rich Lux would call them. But I can't. But this blush is the most gorgeous peachy, like burnt nectarine color. And I'm so here for it. And I want it. But I'm just not going to throw the money at her. I had it in my cart and I was ready to buy. Went to the little PayPal little logo on the checkout section of the website. And shipping was $7. And I thought that was a giant load of crap because she is like one state away from me. So I didn't think the shipping for $7 was really worth it. The blush is only $20 on its own, which I don't feel is a horrible price. And the $7 shipping really bumps it up after tax to about $30. And at that point, for me, it's just not worth it. This is not a $30 blush. People don't even really enjoy these blushes. I haven't really seen any great reviews on them. I watched Dupe That's review on these blushes, and Elle literally was like, they're okay. I mean, you can buy it if you want to, but they're okay. That's reassuring. Like, I guess I'll buy it. I don't know. It wasn't very reassuring to hear her say, I guess buy it if you want it. If you're a supporter of her, buy it. But if not, you're not missing out on anything. I just really like this color. So if you guys know of any dupes, go ahead and leave them in the comments because I would love to know if there's dupes out there. I've looked for some. They kind of look similar, but I haven't seen anything that is exactly this color. If you got the knowledge on where the dupes are, go ahead and leave it in the comments. It's very much appreciated. But just closing this out here, like I said, I do not care if you're a Kylie supporter. Girl, you can support whoever the heck you want, unless it's like Hitler or someone awful, but I don't care. I mean, I would never judge you or dislike you for liking someone that I'm not super into, and I would hope that you would do the same. I'm sorry if that offends you. I don't want to support her. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. And the last item on this list is actually not makeup related, but it's beauty, fashion related, and that is this bag. So if you go on my Twitter or any of my social medias, really, I have Cinnamoroll from Sanrio like all over my headers and stuff. because I freaking love Cinnamoroll. I've loved this little dog. I know it looks like a bunny, but it's a dog since I was like a tiny little girl, and I think that he is so cute. And I have a sticker of him on my car. I really like Cinnamoroll. What can I say? And they came out with these bags, and I follow the Japanese Sanrio Cinnamoroll account, and it's all in Japanese, so I can't understand it, but I just like the pictures that they post of Cinnamoroll. And they posted these bags, and I went to the site, and it was all in Japanese. I couldn't understand a thing, and it said that it was selling for 5,400 yen, I believe. And I popped that in the Google converter, you know, converted it over to US dollars, and it said that it was $50. So I was like, all right, here's my 50 bucks, Sanrio. Give me that bag. I want a cute bag that has Cinnamoroll on it. It turns out they don't sell it to America, which I guess makes sense because it is the Japanese site. I couldn't even figure out the site if I even wanted to, but I really want this bag. And it's sold out now. It's sold out within the first day. I was keeping my eyeballs on it because I was wondering if there was a way I could figure out how to buy it there and have it sent to me. I don't know. I wanted to jump through hoops for this bag, but it's so cute. Look at little Cinnamoroll just chilling right there. I'm never gonna get this bag because I live in America. So with that, guys, that is going to conclude my makeup wish list. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and go ahead and leave in the comments down below what kind of items do you want that are on your makeup wish list that are just too unobtainable right now. I'm very curious to know. Let me know if you have any of the same stuff on your makeup wish list too. I do hope that you consider subscribing. I have all sorts of makeup goodness happening here on this channel, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. I do hope that you are having an absolutely amazing day wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!